These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to These Hot Idiots. I'm Ashe, he's Mega. We are back after another 2-week break.
Another break off because of
we swear this is a weekly podcast.
We try.
We try. It's just life keeps happening, and it doesn't
life keeps
stop.
Happening.
And it never stops.
Depression kicked Ash's ass again.
So I got fired from my job.
Yeah.
Last Wednesday I decided maybe we'll do a pause because I'm not feeling right. And, maybe we could do it on fucking Thursday or Friday or Monday. And I go to work, and I get fired.
Yep.
Yeah, there was I work retail, and there was a lady purchasing, cigarettes. Or, actually, my coworker handed cigarettes to me that the lady wanted to purchase. And she wanted to go to lunch break. And she was going to complain at the manager about going to lunch break. And what happened was I was working 17 checkouts by myself because for some reason everyone wants fucking self-checkouts. And I don't know why.
Yeah. Despite how much people hate it.
I scanned the cigarettes and it asked me to do the ID check. And for some reason, Walmart wants you to do ID checks on your phone.
Yep.
So I scanned it with my phone, and I turned to look at her, and she just was staring at me.
She's staring at him.
She was just looking a hole at me, and I wasn't. And the line was getting so long that it was going out into the frozen aisle. And I was just trying to hurry because I was just the line's getting long. I have 4 other people who are waving at me. Lady's staring at me, and typically when I look back at them, they'll start pulling their ID out so I can scan it.
And they weren't.
She wasn't. And it got awkward. So I let it time out, and then I hit no on the are they over 40 question. And it turns out that person worked for the Bars Association.
It was he meant to hit a certain button. He accidentally hit the wrong one.
Well, there's 2 buttons. There's are you under 40 yes and are you under 40 no. And when you hit yes, it'll show your birthday. Then you're hey, what's your birthday?
And he hit no.
And I hit no, which just skips that question because they're old enough, whatever. And then she's like, "Oh, stop the transaction. I'm with the Bars Association." Pulls out a little red card like I just scored a foul in a fucking soccer game.
Keep in mind, you're supposed to get the green card when you check the ID. I saw the little graph you showed me from the Bars Association.
Well, she didn't take out her ID. I was trying to get her to do it.
You asked her for the ID, and she didn't do it.
No, she just looked at me.
She just looked at you. It's still fucking dodgy as hell.
And then my bosses were just like, "Oh man, I can't believe that happened. But don't worry about it. Just try and check people's IDs." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." I was really upset about failing the stupid bars exam, but I didn't want it to get to my head. And the bosses told me it was okay. And then while I was working by myself, because the other girl went to lunch, and I told her that she can, and it's okay that I can work by myself. They clocked me out. They clocked me out, and I'm the only cashier.
Oh, good job.
So I go back to the person that I reported the red card to, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know. Go talk to the HR lady." So I leave up front and have her take over, and then I go back to the HR lady, and I'm like, "Hey, HR lady, it clocked me out. What do I do?" And she's like, "Oh, I'll just clock you back, and it's no big deal." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go up front. I'm still not clocked in. So I go into the back to the HR lady again, and I'm like, "Hey, I didn't get clocked in. She's like, 2 managers both confirmed that you got clocked out and that it's no big deal and we'll clock you back in. And I'm like, okay, then clock me in. And then another lady enters the room and it's like, hey, Ashe, follow me. And then she takes me to the room and fires me.
Jesus Christ.
It was a complete disaster.
Oh.
I was upset. So, to be fair, I was actually very gracious.
Yeah.
I shook hands with, like, some of my coworkers and even my boss.
Yeah.
And then I called a cab and I stood around for 2 hours because the cab was busy. And I was just like, I'm leaving any time now. I'm going to leave.
I'm done with this.
I'm just going to wander around the store until my cab gets here.
Fuck this place.
They were just like, hey, hey, Ashe, you know, why aren't you covering the front? It's like, oh, I got fired, that's why. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Oh, man.
It's like they weren't even ready to fire me.
Well, no, let's be honest. One of those managers probably was just itching for a chance. They didn't like you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I talked to 3 different managers. They were like, I don't know, Ashe, like, what happened?
Yeah.
I mean, you could go back up to work. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And then it's like, oh, yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, there's some weird communication problems there.
I worked half an hour. I worked an entire half an hour after I got fired because I didn't know they fired me. And also, I'm very dedicated to my job. I don't know, man. Everyone else complains when they're by themselves, but I worked at a gas station. I can handle that shit. It's no big deal. But after that happened, I got really, really sad. And I was sad up to yesterday, and I'm sad today. But god damn it, I made this podcast and I want to do it.
You do it. You sorry, weird thing, I'm noticing you're wheezing a lot. You alright, dude?
I'm pacing.
You feeling good? What was that? Oh, you're pacing?
I'm pacing and I'm laughing.
Okay. I was like, why is he wheezing so much?
I told one of my managers when I was standing outside, it's like, I have to find this funny or like my life will be miserable.
Yeah.
And I'd rather laugh at it than be miserable, you know?
Yeah, it's the stand-up comedy way where it's like, if life gives you lemons, make a dick joke about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I just thought the whole situation was wacky because I've talked to like 3 people and they were all like, I don't know, man, it's weird. That's so weird.
Why ain't you clocked in? Why ain't you working?
Well, it's okay, we'll fix it. You can just go back to work. We'll clock you in. Oh, by the way, you're fired. What?
What a shit show.
Walmart is kind of a shit show.
Wait, hold on. So when did this happen?
It happened on Friday.
This Friday.
Yes.
Or last Friday.
Last Friday.
Okay, just wanted to be sure, because I'm genuinely trying to think of when... I know you don't care about VTuber stuff, and I imagine very few of our audience does.
By the way, some guy commented on one of our videos.
Yes.
He says he really likes our content and is very sad that I don't expect to get more than 3 viewers, and he wants to be the 4th one. So,
that's great. Thanks, buddy.
I fucking love you.
You're wonderful. Thank you, man.
You're awesome.
Okay, yeah. 3 days later, Slentowski got fired from Sanji.
Oh God.
But hey, she's bounced back.
I don't know why I can't get into VTubers. I just sort of like, I see them wiggling around with their like lack of expression, and I'm just like, I gotta run away.
There's some uncanny valley shit.
Yeah, it makes me a little creeped out, honestly.
I've slowly gotten used to it. I think
like,
it definitely
every time
depends
there's a YouTube video where like someone's talking and then like a VTuber head will pop up. I'm like, ah.
You're just not ready for it.
What the fuck are you?
I'll fucking try and get him to like ease up on it or to.
I don't want to be an internet boomer.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're more open-minded than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, my bad.
But yeah. But no, she's done very well for herself since that happened.
You
She
go
had a
like,
stream
I'm gonna say, did
she
you
had
go
a
like
stream yesterday
independent?
and she had a stream yesterday and like got like 1 million views on that stream.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, she's doing great.
Anyway, this is a show where we review we review teenage dramas.
Yeah, so let's get back to our teen drama CW show review
of
series.
The Vampire Diaries, Season 2, Episode 4, Memory Lane.
Damon makes a dangerous enemy.
Ah, fuck, I forgot.
What?
I didn't add the songs. I always add the songs and check the wiki
Oh,
for
I got
like.
the. Oh yeah, I got the. Yeah, we got the wiki, so
Yeah,
I've got
but
my.
I'll just have to do this while I work.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a very flashback heavy episode.
It's very flashback heavy, and this is where the question I had, and thankfully, the answer is no. Flashback-based parties like the Founders Ball and the flashback do not count to the overall score.
No, but there was some continuity stuff, which I always like.
There was some continuity stuff, yeah.
I gotta find that picture of them playing Pictionary. That is totally the fucking episode cover.
Oh god, the Pictionary? Okay.
Yeah.
I imagine if we can find that or the screen cap, do they have it? Do they have No!
No.
They don't have that one shot of like Catherine standing at a pool table holding a cue that just made me crack up.
Oh yeah, she was just standing weird next to a pool table with a red felt. By the way, red.
With the red felt. But so the episode begins in it begins in what we think is a flashback.
We think it's a flashback, and like they're at a ritzy party because that's the only thing they fucking did in the 1800s.
They're at the Lockwood Mansion, and Stefan and Catherine are dancing.
They're doing the "I'm not touching you" dance, and
I'm not touching you dance.
Past Damon is real salty about it.
Sadly, there's no Nightwish playing.
No.
Or wasn't it? Wasn't Nightwish?
Within Temptation.
It was Within Temptation.
Good
Thank
band.
You.
Just go listen to Within Temptation.
We had our rant about Within Temptation in a previous episode.
They made a song for that one obscure MMO no one played.
Which we also ranted about.
Yes.
Fucking weird ass. Don't kill pandas or whatever it was.
So yeah, they're doing the "I'm not touching you" dance, and Damon's with Elena.
And yeah, Damon starts like talking to Elena. It's like, wait, what?
What? I don't understand.
Elena's not in the 19th century.
So Stefan starts walking towards them, and then walks through a door, and then he's wearing a shirt, and it's the modern day, and Damon and Catherine. Or I think it's Damon and Elena are at a pool table.
Damon and Elena are the ones playing. They're playing pool at the tables with the red felt.
Why does it keep changing? I don't understand.
That dog just walking down the street, no owner. Huh. That's always good.
He's playing pool with Damon. And then Catherine walks up to Stefan, and she's still wearing like the 1800 stuff, and it's like, doesn't it suck when it's you? Doesn't it suck when you're the one being cucked? By Damon, I guess.
And then Stefan wakes up, and there's a little bit of a question where it's like, was that like Catherine using her powers to fuck with? It was
all a dream.
Was that just a dream, or was that Catherine using her powers to fuck with Stefan?
Is fucking with dreams like under the vampire's purview of powers?
I think it does, because didn't Damon do shit in like yeah Damon's been in like dreams, I think.
Maybe?
I vaguely recall that was like a power he had was dream walking. I think he did it to like I feel like he did it to Caroline.
Now I'm just thinking of the dream sequence from Twilight.
Yeah.
From like New Moon.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just kind of goofy, and then the one cool shot.
Oh yeah, the one cool shot, the night shifting shot, yeah. Or I'm not sure if I can remember
the
that
wolf
shot.
eye shot.
Oh, the wolf eye shot, yeah. Thank you.
He's like, "Oh, Elena, what are you doing here?" And oh shit, you're not Elena, you're Catherine. And then they zoom, and then they fight for a bit. And Catherine tells him to stop, and is like, "I just want to visit you."
And this is around where I start to realize: is this the tell? Is that Catherine wears a jacket?
She wears a jacket sometimes.
Yeah, because it feels like that's like a thing that only Catherine's been doing recently.
Well, her hair's way curlier this episode, so that helps.
Yeah, this is way curlier haired.
Before
Catherine.
It was like that instant waves thing you do with like a hair straightener.
They gave Nina Dobrev a little more time to work on her curls for these shots.
I think it's a wig.
Or it's a wig.
Her hair's a little darker than Elena's hair.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of stands taller on her forehead, I think. Damon is just at the Spoon's grill, and he's just staring at Elena. Elena wants nothing to do with Damon, but too bad.
Because Damon's an asshole.
Damon's an asshole, but too bad he talked Alaric Saltzman into having a barbecue party with Jenna.
He talked Alaric Saltzman into it and to inviting him to Jenna's place for a barbecue.
He brought a peach cobbler, and he's going to murderize Mason the werewolf.
He's gonna kill Mason Lockwood with it somehow.
And then we cut to the fucking Lockwood house, and like Mason's like, "I gotta go. We gotta go to this barbecue."
I gotta go to the barbecue.
And then
Don't fucking do this to me, Vampire Diaries Wiki. Don't make a page for a barbecue.
Is there a page for a fucking barbecue?
There is a page specifically called Jenna's Barbecue.
Jenna's Barbecue.
And it says Jenna's Barbecue was an event that was held in 2010. No, this doesn't count. This fucking doesn't count.
It's got a page.
It's got a page. It was said March 4th, 2010. That does actually confirm a later thing I was trying to figure out.
the canon event of Jenna's Barbecue.
Fucking, that doesn't count to the list. We're not counting Jenna's Barbecue. That's not a thing.
What the fuck are you cooking, Vampire Diaries Wiki?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I am beside myself.
Why is this a page?
Why is this a fucking page?
Jesus Christ.
Tyler confronts Mason about like, "Hey, I need you to stay here and ask a couple of questions about this fucking werewolf thing." And Mason's like, "No, I really gotta go to this barbecue, dude. I can't not go. They got steak."
We're gonna have some steak.
Some steaks. And then Mason doesn't want to talk about being a werewolf, and Tyler doesn't want to give him the moonstone or tell him where it is.
He doesn't want to tell him where the moonstone is, and Mason's like, "I can't tell you what triggers being a werewolf, because you're better off not knowing it."
You're better off not knowing, because you'll get obsessed with it. And he's like, "No, I can handle it, dude. I can." It's like, "I'm going to that fucking barbecue." Bye, Tyler. Slams door.
Suck.
Mason's bad at this.
Mason, you suck at this.
So, Stefan's grilling Catherine, or at least he's trying to grill Catherine.
Fucking, I'm sorry.
At Jenna's Barbecue.
not literally grilling her.
Grilling her as in asking her question.
Yes, okay. Okay, so yeah, they're back at he's at the Salvatore house, and I think he catches her reading The Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, you're reading The Vampire Diaries, Catherine. Why are you doing that?
Knock it off.
Knock it off. No one writes in those anymore. It's 2010. Get over it.
This is season 2. We stopped caring about this.
So she tells him about. She asks him about werewolves, or he asks her about werewolves, and it's like, "Yeah, werewolves. I know about werewolves." Like, "Do you know about werewolves?" We cut to the past, and Tyler's ancestor, George Lockwood, who Damon proudly states fought for the South in the Civil War.
He was defending the South.
He defended the South from...
Don't think about it.
Fighting for the right to have slaves Okay.
It's really like that is like the big thing, and like in the Articles of Confederation, it's very heavy on
You can
the
literally
slavery.
read the fucking Declaration of Independence from the United States when the Confederacy was formed, and it's literally like,
Yeah,
here's what we're mad about. 1, we want black people as slaves.
it's like if there's any like, it's not that I don't think there aren't other things to it. It's just
Maybe, but it's
the
on
main body.
It's the main body, and also they use the N-word.
And also, yeah, there's a lot of N-words used in it, and it's like really awkward.
And it's like, yeah, it's about slaves.
Yeah.
Catherine thinks werewolf movies are bad, which is a weird take.
Maybe she's not wrong, because let's see, American Werewolf in London is good. I now have to think of other werewolf movies, though, and that's
Teen
tough.
Wolf had slurs in it, but it was revered.
Teen Wolf had slurs in it.
Yeah.
I mean, Wolfman's considered a classic.
I assume people revere Lon Chaney Jr. and his role in werewolf movies.
Except for Damon, who doesn't know that Lon Chaney Jr. was the
It
original
was
Wolfman,
Lon Chaney Jr.,
dad.
not his dad.
His dad died before that movie came out. God damn it.
Yeah, they were doing the werewolves in London.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
Walking with the Queen.
Oh, yeah, there was also the original The Howling, but not The Howling 2 Steer the Werewolf Bitch.
Is that really the name?
Have you not seen that review from Spoonie?
No.
I'm surprised. So there was The Howling 2, which was called Your Sister is a Werewolf in the US, but in the UK it's The Howling 2 Steer the Werewolf Bitch.
The fuck? Well, I mean, bitch is technically accurate when it comes to like female, whatever.
Yeah, it is a woman. And I'm surprised you don't know about that one. It's got Christopher Lee and Reb Brown in it.
I think the thing about Spoonie reviews, and this kind of checks with my previously established personality, that I tended to skip the movie reviews.
That's weird, because I tended to really enjoy the movie reviews. I feel like they're the ones that hold up a little better.
I don't like movies.
Oh.
So I haven't watched any of his movie reviews. I watched his game reviews, his wrestling reviews, and whenever he reviewed just like weird shit, like when he did the fucking tracks, that audio drama thing.
Oh yes.
I fucking love that video.
Do I have to start editing movies into bingeable TV shows like that one Reddit post?
You might have to.
Is that the plan?
I mean, I wanted to watch Hereditary with someone.
Yeah.
Even though it's fucking horrifying, but like, I don't know, it seems really interesting.
It from what I've heard, Hereditary is a good movie.
From everything I've heard, it's one of those movies that doesn't do jump scares. It just horrifies you, and that's why it's scary.
Yeah. Makes one uncomfortable.
And I'm cool with that. I hate jump scares. I want to be fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah. Wow, we just changed it like in so many different ways.
What?
There are so many. We got to get back to where we were, which was like, okay.
This episode is sponsored by ADHD.
This is the most unfocused shit we just went on, because we went from like talking about werewolf movies to Spoonie to you not liking movies.
I went back on my antidepressants as another change since the last time we recorded.
Yes.
And I don't know what changes that means yet. Where the fuck were we?
Well, okay, so Stefan and Catherine are talking.
They're talking. She's like, "Hey, if you hate me, why do you got this picture of me?" She wiggles the picture at him. And then, Stefan just sighs and stands up, and he's like, I got to admit it. No matter how much I hate you, still a little bit of me that still loves you. And, they go in for a kiss. And then fucking Stefan stabs her in the back.
He gets her in the back with a
vervain needle.
Vervain needle.
And it's like, gotcha, bitch. she's like, she falls over. It's like, you son of a bitch. And he takes her to the Vervain room.
To the Vervain room. We thought it was just a dungeon.
No, it's still the Vervain room.
Yeah, because then he plucks like a string of Vervain later.
He plucks
and
like a bud of Vervain and starts burning her skin with it to torture her.
He puts it up against her face, and it's like, dude,
that's hardcore, dude.
Fucking going Jack Bauer on her.
Fucking Jack Bauer shit with Stefan over here.
God damn.
He's nuts.
Stefan stays winning, I guess, here in the character, in the race against Edward Cullen. He is just so much more interesting.
I didn't think fucking Edward Cullen would torture a bitch, you know?
Right, that's the thing. I didn't think that was going to be Stefan's thing either. I thought he was going to be the
good boy werewolf, or good boy vampire, sorry.
He was going to be the boring good boy vampire. I thought he was going to be like one-to-one copy of Edward. No.
Well, no, he's a hard ass. I love it.
He has got that dog in him.
Even though he can't get himself to kill her, he still tortures her, which is pretty close.
And just he's interrogating her about, like, what do you know about werewolves and shit?
Why are you here? What do you know about werewolves? And she's like, you want another flashback, Stefan. You know it. And then the flashback is Catherine walks up to George Lockwood and just tells him that she's a vampire.
And then she knows he's a werewolf.
And knows he's a werewolf.
It's like, why would you tell him this?
Why would you tell him this, you fucking idiot? And yeah, it turns out later on he did tell Giuseppe. So
yeah, eventually word spread back to Giuseppe Lockwood or Giuseppe Salvatore and whatever, like,
and the rest of the council.
Founder. Yeah, the rest of the founders.
And it's like, yeah, that's what would fucking happen.
Good job.
Jenna and Elena talk, and Mason comes in, and he's like, hey, what's up, Jenna? And they were schoolmates, it turns out. And Alaric Saltzman.
Yeah, they were old schoolmates.
Alaric Saltzman's there, and he's got nachos or something.
Yeah, and they start doing shots. And
the Damon's like, and what about me? Him and Mason meet and shake hands. And he seems like, Mason's like, oh, Damon, you seem like a pretty cool guy. And Damon just replies, no, I'm a dick.
I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole. Caroline showed up to the party too, and she is just going to town on some chips.
Yeah.
Because eating chips means that she doesn't want to get human blood in her.
If you eat, apparently it's a way to stave off your thirst for human blood is just eat a lot.
And Caroline just immediately starts talking about how, like, Stefan has an urge to kill you every time you're near him. And that's why she broke up with Matt. Is fucking wrong because Matt broke up with her.
I think, yeah, he did. Now that you mention it, he did, because he was sick of all the drama shit.
Yeah, she didn't want to break up with him. He broke up with her, so maybe that explains why, like, the thing that happened later happened.
Yeah.
God damn it, why is there writing in this show? What the fuck?
Like, either that's a mistake or this is actually, like, there's actually, like, some foreshadowing going on.
Because Caroline's working for Catherine now, for some reason. I guess she's threatening her. And she comes up with, like, a lie to try and, like, talk Elena out of being with Stefan.
Yeah.
Like, Elena should know that Caroline got broken up with by Matt and not the other way around.
Right.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's a minor mistake, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Catherine tries to keep reminding Stefan that she loves him, and he doesn't give a fuck. So more flashbacks.
More flashbacks.
We get Stefan, but with better hair.
He does. He does look so much better with.
He's got the 90s curtains a little bit back in, like, the past.
Yeah, which is weird, but fuck it, they're not gonna spend forever and a day, like, looking up what Civil War era, like, hairstyles look like and trying to make a wig for Paul Wesley on short notice.
Paul Wesley's kind of got a large forehead, and I really feel like I would say either, like, a side part or, like, the curtains look a lot better than the kind of, like, standy uppy hair.
Yeah, no, the swoop back Edward Cullen look, it really overemphasizes forehead. The curtains just kind of like they like
They shorten
kind of
his
push him
they
down.
shorten his profile a little bit, and I feel like it makes his face more rounded in like a
It
good
makes
way.
his face more rounded. Yeah,
I don't know
you're
why I'm talking about like fashion and hairstyle. Like I don't know.
of a show from 13 years ago.
I got a meatball shaped head.
Mm.
It's round. I got a very round head. And they always tell me that like if you do a center part, it'll make your head look rounder. So what you should do is you should pull your hair either back or to the side
Mm.
to kind of like emphasize your forehead a little bit to make your face longer. And that's why my default hairstyle is like I slick it back.
Mm.
It's either like a buzz cut or a slicked back kind of look.
I don't even really mess with my hair. I just let it grow out, and then when it gets too long, I shave it down. I have no fucking like time to style or
Catherine and
dye or
Stefan
anything.
are flirting, and Catherine keeps trying to tell Stefan that you love me. And Stefan in the past is just like, I've never met a woman quite like you.
We needed that pause. Fucking before you, I've never met a woman.
You're the first woman that I know, and that means you're the best.
I mean, I don't think we see like the Mama Salvatore. I think she might have died in childbirth, giving
Yeah.
birth to Stefan.
Yeah,
I think that's
all Steph knows is Giuseppe.
You're right.
And the Lockwoods, I guess, and like Jonathan Gilbert, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's actually a thing in both the book and in the show is that
You're my first woman.
so yeah, he's never met a woman.
So they kiss, and then Catherine gets pulled aside, and Damon shows up to kiss on her because he was eavesdropping. And then Catherine's like, "I'm
Ooh.
tired. I don't care. I want to go home." Damon's like, "Come on, man." So Catherine compels him to get stepping.
Yeah.
Get out. Get. And then we cut back to like Catherine being like, I always loved you more than Damon. I still love you to this day. And the line's like really badly ADR'd in.
Oh god, yeah, the ADR is really awkward on this one.
Yeah, it's really obvious it's another take because the voice just cuts in.
Oh yeah. And that sucks, is their audio works usually pretty good.
If they've ADR'd anything else, I haven't noticed.
Yeah, that was the first time it really stood out.
So, well, they always say in directing that like a good directing is not noticing anything.
Yeah, good editing and good directing is when the audience doesn't notice.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been directed fine. So
Yes.
I've never really took umbrage with that.
Mm.
So Damon and the gang are playing Pictionary, and Damon just keeps doing shit about wolves.
We don't even see any or hear about any of the other answers. He drew dances with wolves.
And it's like
Well,
a
he drew
wolf.
in a tutu.
It's a wolf in a tutu, but it just looks like rotating wolf.
But Mason is always getting the answers because they're wolf related.
He's a wolf expert. As you
what?
can tell from the Jenna's Barbecue article on the Vampire Diaries wiki. Wait, is Pictionary on there?
It better fucking be. Yeah, good. Or, oh yeah. Oh, they even have the guesses like
got the
dress,
guess.
ballerina, puppy with a tutu, wolf. Oh wait, it just says Mason said it was a wolf, but like, no, it's dances with wolves. What the hell, Vampire Diaries wiki? It doesn't just say wolf.
Hey, you need to get more in depth with the Jenna's Barbecue article on the Vampire Diaries wiki.
It's not step up.
It's not in depth enough. It has 3 comments and 2 replies. Jenna said, "How is that a wolf?" in response to Damon's rotating wolf picture.
Yeah, and it's like you look at that and it's like that's a wolf.
That's a wolf, Jenna. Do you know what a wolf looks like?
Yeah, that is definitely a wolf. And even if you want to argue it's a dog, if Damon's just been drawing wolf pictures this whole time.
He just draws like pictures of wolves with like really realistic feet. And Mason's like, "You need to stop."
I was thinking, oh God, oh Jesus, do I want to make that joke?
Sure.
He draws wolf job.
He draws wolf job, and just Mason's sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck your game is, David, but I don't.
David, please.
David, please.
Don't Google wolf job.
Or maybe do Google wolf job.
Leave a comment below if you Googled wolf job.
Yeah, that's the question of the day.
To our fourth viewer, we're sorry.
To our fourth viewer, it's always going to be this way. I'm sorry.
This is just how it is. You can understand now.
You can understand why no one likes us.
That no one's watching us but you and 3 other people.
You and 3 people, and one of them's Rob.
One of them is our friend Rob.
So after Damon draws wolf job, they go into the. They go, and Damon's just like, "Come on, Jenna. Like, I'm not that bad. Come on." And just Jenna's like, "No, I know a lot of people like you around Elena." And he's like, "You know a lot of Damons?"
So many Damons.
And then when Jenna gets called back to the party, Damon just like digs his hands around and pulls out this gigantic knife.
Yeah, Jenna shows off like, oh, it's like her grandmother's or like her like some family members like silverware collection. It's silver cutlery.
Yeah,
And
he pulls out the biggest knife.
The biggest fucking knife that you could grab out of this whole pile. I thought he was gonna go for like a smaller, like a fish knife or something.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go with like a steak knife or a paring knife, but no, he grabbed like a fucking cleaver or some shit.
Just insane. It's like, why that knife specifically? Super obvious, man.
Gigantic fucking knife. It's like, I'm gonna hide this knife on me. Now, if we refer back to the Jenna's Barbeque article,
Fucking, I don't think it says anything about.
Oh, it doesn't say anything about a knife.
Why? This feels so. This article about Jenna's Barbeque feels so redundant.
I know.
This could just be details in.
This is just the Memory Lane episode recap, right?
You could just put this in the plot section of Memory Lane, and you'd find.
Hold on, I gotta go to the timeline. What? Alaric orchestrated a barbecue at the Gilbert house. It's on the official timeline.
Oh my god.
No, Catherine admits that she did take away Stefan's fear with a compulsion. And we cut back to the past, and like rumors is spreading that she's a vampire. You fucking idiot.
Everyone knows now that you told George Lockwood.
And George told Giuseppe, and Giuseppe's gonna kill some fuckers. And it was part of like Catherine's plan to get the fuck out of Dodge by killing all the other vampires by trapping them in Fell's Church.
She sold them down the river, as they say, I believe.
Yes, and that like George Lockwood is going to just like abscond with her, and then she'll make her escape.
Yeah, and make it so that people think she died in the burning of Fell's Church.
Now, one thing that isn't in the Jenna's Barbeque article on the Vampire Diaries wiki is the pie gambit that Damon tries to pull. The pie gambit that Damon tries to pull on Mason. Now, Damon, here's a recap. Damon bought peach cobbler.
Yes.
Now, Damon brings the peach cobbler, and he sets a knife. He sets like the pie lifter.
Oh,
he sets
the big knife.
He sets the big knife / pie lifter thing inside the pie. And he wants to see if Mason can grab it, but he doesn't grab it. What he does instead is he sticks his fingers in the pie and starts eating it. And Damon's just like, cut the pie, Mason.
He wants him to grab the knife. Cut the first slice of the pie.
Yeah, but he manages to pivot, and like he can't cut the peach cobbler. Because Mason starts talking about how Jenna had the hots for Logan, who is now dead.
Yes.
He died twice.
He died twice, in fact. Because he became a vampire at one point and shot Damon a lot.
And shot David like 8 times.
So good.
Elena talks to Caroline about how she's worried about Stefan and she wants to leave. And Caroline offers to take her with her and drive her there. But on their way out, she like lets
Pops the air out of a...
She pops like the cap off of one of the tires so it deflates.
So it's deflating the whole time they're driving. So why didn't Damon just ask, hey Mason, maybe you could cut me a slice?
It's a pie gambit. He doesn't want to show his hand. He just put the pie knife in there to assume that Mason's gonna grab it. But Mason didn't grab it.
Yeah, but if he asks Mason for a slice, then Mason will have to, and Mason will probably feel bad.
They'll have the social pressure from Jenna and Alaric Saltzman for Mason to cut the pie, but Mason,
especially after he dug his hands into the pie.
But Mason, one step ahead because silver doesn't affect him, tricked Damon by sticking his fingers in the pie to make him think that he's avoiding the silver.
I'm just saying, why didn't Damon try for a second shot at getting him to...
Okay, Vampire Diaries. Okay, Vampire Diaries wiki. You need to make an article. It needs to be titled Damon's Pie Gambit, and it needs to have all these details in it, and it's got a sublink to Jenna's barbecue on the Vampire Diaries wiki.
Do it.
Do it.
You ain't doing much else.
You ain't doing much else. You can do this for me.
All the shows ended.
All the shows ended. Is fucking the original's over?
I think the originals got canceled. That's what I heard, at least.
Is the other one like Legacies?
Maybe Legacies is still going. I don't know.
Well, fuck Legacies. You need to talk about Damon's Pie Gambit.
Damon's Pie Gambit.
The cobbler plot, as we will now call it.
Oh yeah, it is a cobbler. We keep forgetting. We just keep calling it pie. Legacies also ended in 2020.
The Cobbler Gambit.
The Cobbler Gambit, yes.
I can't believe they all ended. End of an era.
Yeah. End of an era. Apparently CW was trying to pull away from that teen drama like demographic at some point.
Yeah, but
that's partly why they tried to get the NWA and then dropped the NWA onto their app and got NXT.
They dropped NWA onto their app because one of the guys faked doing cocaine.
Damn.
On a pay-per-view after they announced that they were going to get purchased by the CW.
They were going to get a TV deal with the CW.
Oh my god.
Wrestling is a fascinating fucking...
That...
I think we're back in the dungeon.
Stefan's really mad about all those vampires dying in the tomb, even though they were alive and Damon killed like half of them.
Yeah.
It's like, you trapped 26 vampires in that tomb to die. And it's like, why are you upset about
Save yourself.
Save yourself. And it's like, why are you upset about this? Most of them lived, and then you killed them. And then Damon killed them. Along with John?
John, yes, you got it.
Oh my god, I got it. I remember John. Achievement unlocked.
Finally, he's already gone from the series because Stefan told him to fuck off.
Stefan told him to fuck off.
But you remembered his name.
Mason wants to play Guitar Hero.
Okay, yeah, I think the other reason Stefan is upset is also because of the lie of, like, you faked your death, and he spent centuries thinking Catherine was dead.
Yeah, that's true.
Over a century, yeah.
Catherine does admit that Stefan and Damon died for nothing, and she didn't want them to save her because she was going to leave anyway. But, they tried to save her, and then Giuseppe shot his children like a fucking maniac.
He made those cucks pay.
Yeah, cuck.
I want to take a moment to appreciate the kind of a clever little move here of like making sure that Nina Dobrev always had like her wig hair over like the spot where Stefan like jabbed jabbed Catherine with the vervain, so they didn't have to do like burn makeup the whole time.
Yeah, that would have been cool if they did do burn makeup, but they didn't.
It would have been cool, but I imagine it would have been a bitch to constantly have to apply. So, fuck it. It's a good little cover.
Mason wants to play Guitar Hero, and Damon doesn't want to, I guess. And Mason finally fesses up that, like, I know you're a vampire, and I know that, like, constantly drawing wolf furry porn on every game of Pictionary we played today. So, why? Why
Come
are you?
on, Mason. We could play "Woman" by Wolf Mother. To be fair, they probably would have like Guitar Hero Van Halen at this point.
Oh, Guitar Hero Van Halen. Guitar Hero Van
That was like
Halen.
the most recent one.
Guitar Hero Van Halen came out because if you ordered Guitar Hero 5, you got a free copy, if I recall. Or it might have been if you order Guitar Hero. It wasn't Guitar Hero.
No, because that was not a thing ever.
It was Guitar Hero Metallica after 5, and then 6.
Yeah.
And I think
it was Warriors of Rock.
Yeah. So
no, Warriors of Rock wasn't out yet.
You got. I know you got a Guitar Hero Van Halen for ordering another Guitar Hero because I got it.
It was with Guitar Hero 5.
Yeah. Okay. So I ordered Guitar Hero 5 and then I got Van Halen.
Yes.
This is important.
This is very important.
Wolfgang Van Halen's actually not a bad musician. Hey.
Oh God, I didn't know that there was more Van Halen drama with Guitar Hero Van Halen. Because Michael Anthony, Gary Sharon, and Sammy Hagar aren't in it.
Oh yeah, Gary Sharon and Sammy Hagar weren't in it.
And Michael Anthony.
And Michael Anthony.
Fucking crazy.
So, he's just like, I know that I'm a werewolf, and I know that that you're a vampire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not your.
Also, he was calling like Damon Lady Killer after being called a lone wolf. So it's just like they've been playing this, and Mason's like, "Can we stop?
Can we stop? Like, I don't want to kill you. I just came to town because my fucking brother died, and I got a nephew, and he's sad, and I want to help him sort his shit out." And Damon's like, "Oh, that's fine," and then he just pockets the giant knife again.
The Cobbler Gambit didn't work.
The Cobbler Gambit fell through, which is unfortunate. So Damon just has to go with giant knife Gambit.
Gonna have to get him with that knife eventually.
Caroline and Elena are just talking about their Stefan and Elena's relationship in the car. And Elena just distracts her by going, "Oh, I really like this song. What is this song?" And she's like, car, what is song?" And the car
We Radiate by Goldfrapp.
It's weird. They didn't advertise what kind of car that was. I know it's like a Ford.
Yeah.
But they didn't say that. They did do that thing when you advertise something, you have to say the name of it.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't do that. That doesn't really happen a lot with cars, does it?
No, not really.
Like people will name drop the name of the car, but that's just, I imagine, just how people talk about cars. They'll usually say what the model is. Like
Every time I search for car, I just see Caroline.
Yeah, because I'm now thinking of how they usually call in Cheaper by the Dozen, Ashton Kutcher's car was like a LeBaron, and he'd always call it the LeBaron. And it's yeah, they usually just they'll call it whatever the model is.
They'll call it the model, even though no one says it like that. It's usually just get in my car.
Yeah.
I don't know. So while the car is describing that this song is "We Radiate" by Goldfrapp, the tire blows out.
I feel like there was something between this and the later scene where, unless it was just a commercial break, I don't even know.
Damon sees himself out, as does Mason. Mason tries to talk a lark and hey, let's watch that football game next week. Come on, bro.
Let's not watch the football game.
And then Damon's like, I'm going to kill Mason.
I'm gonna kill Mason.
Also, let's not talk about the football game.
Let's not see the football game.
I'm gonna go kill Mason.
I'm gonna kill Mason.
So on the side of the road, Caroline wants Elena to stay with her while the tow truck comes. But Elena's like, why are you keeping me from going to Stefan? That's real weird.
And Caroline's trying to come up with anything.
She's grasping.
And just being like, it's gonna suck when you're like 70 and in diapers and he's gonna be young and beautiful forever.
It's like, well, maybe some people are into that also.
And then comes the fucking weird line.
Saying that, like, vampires can't have children, and that knowing Elena is the motherly type, and that she would want to have children, which is...
Her wording is, you're too maternal to not want to have kids.
Why? That is so fucking weird.
I feel like that's like somewhere in an Am I the Asshole post is like that phrasing.
That is such a weird way to phrase it. I don't know.
That it catches me off guard, and it's like, why would you say that to your friend who is still in high school? I should note.
Yeah, they're both like 17.
Like, that would make sense when in the books, Catherine has like a 4-year-old like sister. But she doesn't really have that much maternal instinct towards Jeremy, so...
Not really.
Fucking now, what?
The tow guy's here.
By the way, Jeremy not in this episode.
No Jeremy, no...
He was credited.
No
I
Bonnie.
saw the credit for Stephen R. McQueen, but...
I don't know, I guess he's on a break.
Apparently him, Catherine Graham, and Zach Rohrig all got credits on there, despite the fact that Jeremy, Bonnie, and Matt aren't in this.
The tow truck guy is here. We both freaked out because it's a black guy, and we thought that he will die.
we thought, oh fuck no, another black guy coming into Caroline's viewpoint. This is bad. We went no.
So Mason stops his truck, and Damon walks up to him, and then he just stabs him. And then Mason's like, oh, that was stupid. Did you know that silver doesn't actually work? Ha ha ha. Also, fuck you.
We made that up. Get fucked, Damon.
We made that up. Fuck you, Damon. And then Damon makes a weird face like, why did I stab?
Well, that didn't work.
So he drives off angrily. Catherine says that she'll kill Elena and everyone that Elena loves. And Stefan just grabs a stake and threatens to kill her.
It's like, you think I won't do it? And then she fucks him up.
She breaks out of the prison and says that she was microdosing vervain and has built an immunity towards it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know was a thing because I thought it was like supernatural.
Yeah, I didn't know you could develop an immunity to vervain, but she's like, I've been sipping it for like 140 something years.
Like, yeah, but is there a chemical in it that like...
Is it chemical or is it magic? I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how that works.
It's not iocane powder. You can't develop an immunity to
didn't
this.
he of Crete? Like, like, what the fuck? How does this work? How does vervain work? Does verbena work or not?
Does it work or not? Like, how the fuck? Do you think no one else has this immunity? Will she demonstrate this immunity again? I don't know.
I don't know because it worked on her when he stabbed her in the butt with like.
It worked on her when he stabbed her, yeah, in the back with the needle, and it worked when she fucking took like a butt of rain right in the face.
And now it doesn't, and now she breaks out, and then Elena's like, "Hey, I'm here," and Catherine runs upstairs to see her, and Elena's like shocked because like, oh, it's like looking in a mirror. And Catherine walks up to her and goes, I am a shadow, the true self. Elena backs off like, no, you're not me.
You're not me. Catherine melts in the goo and then just reconstitutes as like a more vampiric version of Elena.
like Elena in like a vampire cloak.
Yeah, or like just like the fucking like kind of like just like the the evil vampiress dress kind of thing.
Dominatrix banana head.
Yeah, it's like it's gotta be weirdly sexual.
Yeah.
That's the way it happens in Persona.
I've been playing through Persona 3 because Persona 3 Reload came out the day I was fired, and I bought it right before I got fired. I'm having fun.
He's having a good time.
15 hours in, fun. I realized I didn't understand a lot of the shit that happened in that game because I last played it when I was 18 and stupid.
But now it's way more understandable as an adult.
Yes, and I like certain characters less, and I like certain characters more. Junpei's pretty dope. I like him.
Junpei's pretty cool now.
Not voiced by a weirdo.
He's not voiced by a weirdo.
Voiced
Your
by
opinion on Ken may remain the same. Zeno Robinson.
Zeno Robinson, yeah, who also was in like other anime. He's new. I like him.
He was in Kuroko's Basketball, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Taiga.
Yeah, and he's Hawks.
He's Hawks, which is kind of a weird thing, but I don't know what Hawks sounds like. So
fuck it, If you can do the voice, you can do the voice.
Stefan goes to check on Elena, and fucking Catherine bolts. And Caroline's at a rest stop, and Catherine just knew what rest stop she was at, which was weird.
Are they not at the grill?
No, they're at a rest stop.
Oh, they're at a rest stop, yeah.
Because, like, the tow truck driver dropped her off somewhere.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Catherine's like, you fucked up. And Caroline's like, I tried guilting her. I tried the mortality thing. Come on, give me a break.
They hadn't broken out the Guitar Hero yet.
They didn't break out the Guitar Hero yet. Tyler is still playing with a rock. And Mason shows up and he's frazzled. And, they argue a bit. Mason grabs him to a wall and shoves him and says, where's that fucking moonstone? And Tyler doesn't stand down. He's just
tell me what triggers the werewolf transformation.
And it's like, you gotta be a murderer.
You gotta kill someone. And it's like, that's it. We were like both kind of like thinking, it's like, really? That's the thing that you were thinking that he couldn't handle and that he'd be constantly thinking about?
Yeah, you're gonna constantly think about killing somebody.
And how, like, don't kill somebody is like, that's the argument here.
Tyler's got like a bad anger issue, but I feel like he'll kick your ass, but he'll probably stop there.
Think of how many people on this planet have not killed a single person.
I think there's a majority of people who haven't killed anyone, even people who might have like violent tendencies. I sort of feel like they wouldn't like kill a guy.
They'd stop short of murder, probably.
Probably, like, I would say 98% of the time they will not kill someone.
Just how it is. It's just like it's not that hard to not kill someone.
How hard do you think it is to not kill someone, Mason?
How many bodies have you? How many bodies, Mason?
How many bodies, Mason? So, Caroline and Elena make up, kinda. And then this fucking song plays. That every time Elena gets up and walks away, the song just talks about, I'm gonna walk away.
Walk away. I think it's Breathe Again by... we'll get to it later.
Elena walks away to Stefan, who's sitting at a table. And Stefan's got doubts. And Elena tries to stand her ground and not break up. But Stefan's like super into it. And fucking... Elena's like, why are you letting Catherine influence our relationship this much? And he's like, I'm sorry. Just not safe for us to be in a relationship right now. And then the song goes, I gotta walk away.
She goes, walk away. And then she walks away again.
And then she walks away again.
I'm just screaming and
the
fucking
song
anger.
talking about ending friendships. Just like...
walking away from the good times. And I'm just like, stop.
Stop. Also, Caroline's like eavesdropping on them. Also, Damon is also eavesdropping on them. He's just there.
He's there.
Catherine finds Damon at the grill. And
He's upset that his Cobbler Gambit failed.
I'm mad because I thought so hard about that Cobbler Gambit, Catherine. But I don't want to be friends with you either, so I'm going home. Elena come home and Stefan is there, and they hug. And it turns out that entire argument was a fucking lie.
It was a ruse.
It was a ruse to figure out if Caroline's a snitch.
Because she'll tell Catherine that they broke up.
She'll tell Catherine that they broke up, and if Catherine says to either of them that they broke up, then they know that Caroline's a snitch, because Caroline's been acting weird, according to Elena. And I'm like, oh shit, she paid attention. She paid attention. Wow, she's thinking. Awesome.
Yeah.
I like it when my main character is thinking.
There is a certain argument in terms of media literacy that's going around where it's like, oh, if characters just always agreed with each other and did the right thing, then the show would be boring. And it's like, no, that's also not true. Characters can just be smart and like have ideas, people.
Yeah, like, well, they didn't hint that like this was a fake argument.
Yeah.
But it did feel out of character that for some reason, like, Stefan was not resolute as he used to be. But it felt like, this could happen, and that was enough. And I was going to say, that's weird, they're on the fucking rocks again, but I'll accept it. But it's like, oh, it's Keikaku. No, it was a plan. I'm like, oh, shit. It was a plan.
Faked her out.
I don't know, I like that.
Yeah.
Catherine in the past gives George Lockwood a bar soap and says if he snitches that Catherine's alive, he'll fucking kill her. Or she'll fucking kill him. Then she goes over to Stefan's dead body and gives him a kiss, which is weird because I thought he was unconscious, but no, he's dead. We end the episode knowing that the tow truck driver lived.
Yay.
At least one guy made it out of here.
One black person survived contact with Caroline Forbes
in
her vampire state, which is impressive.
I hope that stays. I hope that stays true.
Yes. And that she might just eat a few more white people to balance things out.
Despite the fact that we went on so many fucking tangents, I actually kind of like this episode.
This was a very good episode. A lot of fun.
This was a good episode.
A lot of fun interactions with Damon, Mason, Alaric, and Jenna. A lot of interesting stuff going on with the Catherine interrogation and with Caroline's like subterfuge.
I always like it when like a character, like a group of characters you haven't seen interact before interact. Because then you kind of figure out what's their dynamic, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, seeing Mason with Jenna was fun, and seeing Damon with Mason was also fun, even though the Cobbler Gambit failed. Sorry.
Fun fact, the actor who played George Lockwood, his name is Simon Miller, which is a thing that's only
weird.
Funny to us. That's funny to us.
But why? Here's why.
Here's why. Y'all, there's gonna be like none of you get that besides Rob. Maybe
there's like a buff British guy who reviews wrestling, and that's
buff bald British guy.
Yeah, he's bald as fuck, and he's got this charm to him that I really like.
Yeah, and his name is Simon Miller, and that's why we were.
His name is Simon Miller. Yeah. I'm going to try and do this every week while I find work.
Yeah.
No promises.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
Seasonal affective disorder do be the fucking MVP of the year, though. Because that derailed our ass so hard.
Oh, God, that always hits the worst around Christmas time.
But, I didn't want to, like, get mad at you, so I just, it happens, right?
Yeah. He's known me for years. He knows that, as I've said, my mood just shifts completely downward around the holidays.
I would have been a little bit better, but then I got fired. But yeah, we'll be back next week, hopefully. It's not like I'll have anything to do. I'm looking for work.
Yeah. You can find us on YouTube and wherever you can find
songs.
us.
Sorry, songs.
Oh, the songs. Jesus.
Got Emperor by Hayden with no E.
Never heard of them.
Rock On by Collide.
Got nothing for these.
Together Far Away by Ballast Hog Band.
Ballast How band. I don't know.
Hough? H-O-U-G-H.
I don't know.
Hammock by Howls.
We radiate by Goldfrapp,
We
as the
radiate
card
by
told us.
Goldfrapp, as the card told us. Art car. Time of Our Lives by Tyrone Wells.
Nothing there.
And Breathe Again by Sarah Bareilles.
Yes. Sarah Bareilles, very familiar
I
around
think
the.
Time of Our Lives
time.
is the Walk Away song because it was a male. It was a man singing it.
Oh, Time of Our Lives.
It wasn't a lady.
Oh, and they did say walking away from the good time of our lives. So, yeah.
I think the song
Time
would
of
be
Our.
called Walk Away, but it's not.
No. Well, we think that because they kept fucking having Elena walk away during it.
Yeah, true. Why is it called Walk Away when you walk away? Yeah. We are on Tumblr. And
yes, that's right. You can find our podcast on YouTube and anywhere you can find a podcast.
Yep, I've been trying to upload them.
We are mainly on our Tumblrs, Ashe Nightshade and Mega Fighter 343.
I might have to post what the weird dream I had was about on Tumblr.
We'll have to talk about this very weird dream.
I don't know if I should talk about it on here or not because it's very weird.
It is very weird. I feel like it should be a bonus for those of you who actually go and find us on Tumblr. Is the weird Ashe dream that derailed an entire conversation we were having.
Yeah, we were having an entire conversation about fucking like WrestleMania and The Rock and Cody Rhodes and all that stuff, and then I was like, oh yeah, I had a weird dream, and I just posted it, and then everyone jumped in the fucking call with us, and I just had to explain about what the fuck happened in my dream with like diagrams and shit.
Yes, we have visual references.
All I will say is it is about a TV holder that's shaped like a butt, made out of foam. It's like a pink butt foam TV holder thingy.
And that is the only detail we're giving.
It was weird, and then we started talking about like, oh, you should tell Mark Cuban about this on Shark Tank. He likes butts.
He does, we think.
I don't know anything about Mark Cuban. Yeah, we'll be back next Wednesday and sometimes Thursday.
Yes.
What do you want to say at the end of this episode? Don't Google wolf job.
Walk away.
Walk away right now. Okay, bye.
How embarrassing. Okay, now say it, do it, come on. I would like to purchase one of your butts, if I may. Please, take my hard-earned money.
You got it, sucker! I mean customer! Here's your brand new butt!
Oh, happy day! Thank you, dishonest store clerk. I will go and use my butt now. Hey! Hold your horses! This butt's been used!